Hello, my name is Katarzyna Kupińska and today I will be presenting my ecology project, which aim was to investigate the conservation methods of the European bison. I have chosen the European bison not only because it's one of the most important national animals of Poland, where I'm from. European bison has also a remarkable story of ecological reintroduction. Understanding the pattern and actions taken in order to protect European bison from extinction may help in conservation of other terrestrial species. European bison, also known as żubr, is the largest wild land mammal in Europe. Adult individuals are between 2.1 and 3.5 meters long and between 1.6 and 195 high. Males weigh up to 920 kilograms, whereas female individuals do not exceed 540 kilograms. European bison's lifespan is between 14 and 16 years in the wild. However, in captivity, males can live up to 20 years and females up to 28 years. European bison are completely herbivores. More specifically, they are ruminant. A ruminant is a herbivorous mammal that can acquire nutrients from plant-based food by fermenting it in its stomach. Alongside bison's size goes its appetite. Mature male can consume even over 30 kilograms of food daily. This has a huge impact on vegetation and the landscape it inhabits. Bison's diet consists mainly of grass, shoots, leaves, and seeds. During the Holocene, European bison was widely spread across the European continent, which is shown on a map 1. Throughout the years, the geographic range of European bison has been changing and the number of species was severely fluctuating. In early 20th century, żubr has been driven to the edge of extinction due to hunting and habitat loss. In the second part of the 20th century, European bison began to be introduced back into the wild. This will be covered in the upcoming slides. Currently, the largest żubr herds are in Białowieża Forest, Poland and Belarus. They also occur in Romania, Lithuania, Latvia, Slovakia, Ukraine, Bulgaria, Germany and Russian Federation. According to the data provided by IUCN, as per 28th of July 2020, European bison is currently categorized as near threatened. However, previously published red list assignments proved that żubr's population was drastically fluctuating throughout the years. This graph represents a total number of free living European bison in years 1952 to 2019. As seen, there are drastic changes within the population. Back from the brink. The last wild bison in Europe died in Poland in 1990, while the last wild bison in the Russian Caucasus died in 1927. In fact, from the information I have gathered, the last individual was shot. How did the European bison survive then? The introduction of the żubr was possible thanks to 54 animals that were kept in different zoos, originating from only 12 founder animals. In 1954, the first bison were released back into the wild in Białowieża Forest in Poland, followed by introductions in several other countries. In previous century, bison was decimated by hunting. Currently, the biggest threats for European bison are agriculture, transportation and service corridors, biological resource use, human intrusions and disturbance, invasive and other problematic species, genes and diseases. Other challenges to bison comeback include the lack of knowledge about the animal, habitat loss and fragmentation, a narrow genetic base that leads to weak resistance against disease, and the lack of European-wide reintroduction strategy supported by the national authorities. Conservation actions. In order to introduce European bison to the wild, numerous actions were taken. According to Rewilding Europe 2014, the three pillars of bison conservation are rewilding, communication, and business development. One of the first and most effective initiatives was intensive breeding of European bisons in zoos, wildlife parks, and bison's breeding centers. This took place until 1952, which is also a year in which żubr was introduced to the wild in Białowieża Forest. Currently, one of the main bison's conservation actions is a genetic management. The IUCN Bison's Specialist Group has agreed on the conservation method that is based on the separation of the two genetic lines to strengthen European bison. These are Lowland Białowieża line LB and LC Lowland Caucasian line. With so few individuals left, a need for consensuous documentation of each individual and its lineage became apparent. The International Society for the Protection of the European Bison has begun collecting data and publishing it each year in the European Bison Pedigree Book. First official dataset is stated to be collected in 1923, published in 1932. However, the current resources available across libraries and universities seem to have datasets from 1947 onwards. This is most likely due to the World War I and World War II that occurred at the research location at the time. Besides documentation, in-place education was crucial. Since most Europeans don't even know that the bison exists, we are shown it to them through an intense communication effort, states Rewald in Europe. There are several legislative instruments that's aim is to conserve European bison. These are European Union's Habitat Directive as a priority species in Appendix 2 and 4, and the Council of Europe's Berne Convention on the Conservation of European Wildlife and Natural Habitats, Appendix 3. Despite of bison's inclusion in those, there is lack of the international coordination, with the exception of Poland, Russia and Romania, who have written a national conservation strategy plans for European bison. Other European governments fail at taking adequate actions. Most of the introduction and the conservation activities take place at the local level, which does not provide European bison enough security. Thank you.